Doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
A give to Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Second down and 7. Now Mahomes. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. So the completion good for 7 there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And he's got some space here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case. That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. He'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire from 21 yards away. And the Chiefs are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Now, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through. Now, after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And that's complete to Cooks. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. To throw, Fitzpatrick. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Ronald Jones, 31 yards. And the Chiefs are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Butker on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Melvin Ingram, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Now a good job shifting right, finding his target. I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. Under pressure, and down he goes. Frank Clark gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Second and 9. Here's Mahomes to throw. Flushed out right. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Now Edwards-Helaire. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Second and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a 1st down.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 67 yards rushing for him now, as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. The give is to Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield, because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Second and 2. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Mahomes now on 1st down. It's Kelsey on the grab. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 13 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble. Now a 1st down carry by Jones.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And he's got Hardman in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman there to make the grab. And the Chiefs continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Fitzpatrick. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Fitzpatrick. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Chris Jones busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Fitzpatrick. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
They're trying for Sanders, but this is intercepted.
Picked picked off near the 26. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. From the 6. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward. The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Melvin Ingram, his second sack of the night.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. After the sack on first down, Fitzpatrick. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Fitzpatrick to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 28-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From the 6. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. From the 35 on second down, Fitzpatrick. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Melvin Ingram bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Left side here to Sanders. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Now Fitzpatrick on fourth down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big connection on that one. 37 yards. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Fitzpatrick. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. To throw again on 2nd down, Fitzpatrick. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Fitzpatrick now. In trouble, and he's taken down. Melvin Ingram make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Desperation time. Fitzpatrick on 4th down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
1st down and much more here for Jones. 96 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
And they take a knee. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. And they will take a knee here. And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play there on the catch and run.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's got a first down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And now off to the races down the right side. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Butker now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake here, Fitzpatrick. He'll drop this one down to Cohen. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Here's Fitzpatrick. Dumps this one off to Mack. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they take a knee.
And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you've got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating what a great year they had. Let's face it, when it's all said and done, they were one of 8 teams left with a chance to get to and win the Super Bowl. That's a pretty darn good season.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.